everybody.
Hello.
As here from Heel vs. Bayface. Welcome to Hot Toys. A show
Welcome.
about toys which are of a temperature that is above the medium, the mean.
There we are. We're above the mean.
I tend to always be below the line.
Oh, I like to be above. Yeah. Just good way to go. How you doing?
I'm good. Welcome to my co-host, George, the Giant Slayer. How you doing, George?
Doing great. It's a phenomenal week this week, you know. We had a lot of good news.
Willow's been cancelled.
Yes. Again, the fans speak.
Incredible season.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They tried. They just totally disrespected the entire canon. And then the writers who said, well, we really didn't get to do much because the executives were in the room the entire time. And then you have Bob Iger, who in November had basically said, we're going to double down on woke content because, and I quote, he had said, we can't lose it. We just can't. And yesterday, what did he tell the Hollywood Reporter? He told him, well, we're just going to have to cut back on these Marvel movies. all the expenses.
We're just going to have to cut back on this dog shit. We've been making a lot of dog shit recently, quantity over quality, and it's terrible. And we're losing money hand over fist.
Yep. I mean, it's brilliant.
I'm pretty sure every single show, apart, probably every single show has Disney, Marvel show, Disney Plus show, has lost the money.
Well, yeah, think about it. Willow. I mean, I loved making videos for that, as I nailed their ass to the wall. Especially the fact that in the first 2 episodes, I had counted 6 scenes. I put half of them in the video. 6 scenes that they lifted directly from other Disney properties, word for word. And I didn't even change it for a fantasy setting. They took 2 of them from Star Wars. One of them was from Young Guns 2. I was like, wow.
I'm a young gun.
But when you do
do you know what? Whenever I think Willow, I've never seen the film. It's never been my jam.
Right. You mean the movie?
I'm thinking of a fantasy land with a dwarf. I always think, do you know what? Young Guns 2. They go together so well.
It just, I mean,
it's his 2 6-shooters out.
They pulled the scene. They lifted it directly. It's in Young Guns 2. There's a scene where, you know, Billy the Kid and everybody, they take their horses and they ride kind of like down a mountain. Kind of looks like they're jumping off a cliff. And the phrasing that they use and the words that they use, they did the exact same thing in Willow. Even the timing. I mean, I was going through it frame by frame. I'm like, this can't be. I must be seeing things.
Well, in the Rings of Power, this is not Disney, of course, but another incredible TV show for my accountant. They tried there's a tempest in me. That scene, which was terrible because it just didn't make a lick of sense. It was all janky and the verbiage and Galadriel.
Come on.
Galadriel.
I always like to call it Galadriel.
Galadriel. She, that scene was essentially a reworking of Kate Blanchett, one of the Kate Blanchett scenes who played the proper Galadriel,
yes.
Kate Blanchett scene in Elizabeth, the movie Elizabeth.
Yep.
And it's clear to see that the people who have been given the writing chops just thought, well, you know, if we try and copy something from Kate Blanchett, people would be like, oh yeah, just see that they totally paid homage to Kate Blanchett's Galadriel. But this time they had some midget twat waffle who can't act apart from go.
Right. She just makes faces. I think
the worst was scream out crap.
I think the worst was when she tried to smile. Remember when she was on the horse? No, I was like, that was the most terrifying thing I'd seen. I'm like, damn, she should be Sauron. I mean, they're rewriting everything anyway. I mean, but no, it's exactly that point. So you have Iger who's sitting here the other day, and he's stating that they have to cut down on costs, they have to rework content, and he used the same words that James Gunn just used to describe Superman Legacy. He says we need to make, and I didn't know what this was. I had to look it up, and so I was like, yes. He says we need to make good quality product that is based on the 4-quadrant theory. So all films should be 4-quadrant, above 25 years old for men and women, and below 25 years old. I'm like, anywhere in there did it say about good story?
Yeah.
Because James Gunn.
Why didn't you have the 1 quadrant or 2 quadrants, of course, because there's 4 2. Why don't you have good story, good characters?
That's it.
Why don't you try working on that? That principle is
Gone.
just between you. That principle's pretty tight. People quite like that. They quite like good characters with a well-written story. We need to do the 4-quadrant theory, which is like we need to have a certain age demographic, and then we need to have a certain amount of representation, and then we need to have a certain number of beats that happen in the. Just write a good film.
Yeah, that's basically it. Could you imagine looking at their whiteboard in their writer's room? You know, it's going to be like, okay, 4-quadrant film. And then they're going to go, what else do we need? Okay, DEI policies. Let's do a little bit of diversity, equity, and inclusion. It's like, I could see
which has always existed, but now people pat themselves on the back for doing it.
Right. Well, talking about that, I've been working on something. I listened to the girl who's going to play Tinkerbell in the new Peter Pan and Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
And Bounding in the comics did a article on it, plus the Hollywood Reporter. And she was saying, you know, when people state that they have a problem with diversity in films, what they're really stating is they're racist. I'm like, no. See, because when you put identity politics as your primary ingredients, like talent and storytelling, you know, they go missing on a milk carton. That's the reality.
They're missing the major point. And I think they're fully aware of the actual major point. Don't worry, I'll go into it in a second. And this is very disingenuous. It's, of course, criticize my product, you're racist, criticize. So it's emotional blackmail to make the audience go, well, I'm not a racist. So of course I you know, whatever you do. The major point, of course, is it's nothing to do with diversity, and it's nothing to do with inclusion. These are buzzwords to say, like our terrible writing. Because movies have always been diverse and movies have always been inclusive. There's always been black people, brown people, white people, straight people, gay people, you know, bi people, whatever. Other than that, nobody's fucking pan.
No.
There's no pansexual. No pans. There's 2 genders. And what they are doing is they are taking characters which have been written in a very specific way, and then they are literally blackfacing them. That's what they're doing. This is movie blackface, and then saying this is diverse. No. Diverse is when you just create something that's organic and it has organic diversity. When I go out town, I'll see Asian, and by Asian I mean Indian, Pakistani. That's what I mean by Asian here in the UK. I'll see Asian, Pakistani people. I'll see white people. I'll see a few, but probably not many black people, because there aren't a huge quantity of black. Because it's about geography and demographic.
Wait a minute. Whoa. You hold your horses there for a second. There's not a lot of black people in the UK, because when I watch the BBC, that's all I think there is. I think
the percentage of black people in the UK is somewhere around about 6%, 5-6%.
Wow, you're serious?
Yes.
It's so funny how propaganda works.
In America, it's 13%.
Right, it is here. Here, I know. I don't know what it was in the UK. I didn't know it was that low. Because
now, that doesn't mean you can't have black people in. But no. I'm talking about it's demographic, and it's where people live. Like Correct. If I lived in another area of the UK, that could have a denser population of black people as opposed to Asian people, as opposed to white people, because it's just demographics.
Community.
So if I go into rural Britain, if I go into rural Britain, not urban Britain, if I go into rural Britain, you're gonna just find, for the most part,
like Suffolk,
white people. That's what you're gonna find, because that's just the way things are done. So when you take classic characters which have been written for some of them hundreds of years, and then you movie blackface them and say I'm being stunning and brave and diverse. No, you're not. You're essentially putting movie blackface onto a character and then patting yourself on the back for being so amazing, when you have brought nothing to the role, and all you've done is cause people to be like, why did you change that? Well, I changed it because it's diverse and it's inclusive. But you can have diversity inclusion naturally. You don't have to fuck around with let's say fairy tales or have medieval Britain with 6 black people in it. Like, that just wouldn't work. That's not racism. It's not racism. It's just what it would have been like. Like, we have so many Scandinavian mythologies, Norse mythology, and all that, and they diversify it because history too white, demographic too white. Well, okay. Well, if that's the way that you want to play it, then you have to adhere to your rules. So the next time we do a tribal story in Africa, then I want to see some Asian people. I want to see some Chinese. I want to see some Japanese. I want to see some white people in that tribe. No, that would be the case.
Exactly.
And of course, if you did that, it would be the stupidest thing that you could possibly do.
Well, imagine like the old series Shaka Zulu, if you changed it out with Russians and Chinese and Filipino, you would destroy it. But it's the point. You've made an excellent point. But it goes even deeper. Forget color for a second. They even gender swap. Like in J.M. Barrie's Peter Pan, the Lost Boys are boys. You watch the trailer and you see these girls. They're like girls.
Have you read the book?
Oh, yeah. That's part of a quote.
So you know why they're called the Lost Boys?
Yeah, because the girls are too clever.
And the irony of the situation, of course, is that the reason why there's Lost Boys is because boys are silly.
Mm-hmm.
And boys and nannies who haven't been paying attention to the boys have fallen out of their prams, their cots, and been lost. Whereas girls, they stress, are too smart. They're too clever for that. That's why it's just boys. So now, because of inclusion and diversity, they're saying girls are just as stupid.
Yeah. Like, they've actually put them down. That's what they don't even realize. It's like
they've lowered them. They've lowered them in an attempt to try and raise them.
I know I was pulling the quote. Because I wanted to use a clip from the films. And so I was going back through all my Peter Pan films, from the animated. And I couldn't find that specific scene. So I'm like, I know it's here. So I went back into the book because I read it years ago.
Sorry, George. Sorry. I'm sorry. We're not currently gaming. Sorry, proceed.
Game. I love the games. How are you enjoying, real quick, on that Conan, by the way? You enjoying it?
The game's great. The people are better.
The people
playing it with the people. George, it's a 40-person server.
Anytime
that's all I'm going to say to you. That's all I'm going to say.
I want to play anytime. But so I was going through it, right? And I realized, one, I forgot that they had that word perambulator. I hadn't heard that in years.
Which is the long version of pram.
Pram. But it just dawned on me.
That's the UK word.
I like the word. But it was girls, are there any girls, Wendy? I was like, they're girls? No, they're too clever. And I'm like, did just any writer think for a moment, hey, excuse me, guys,
the answer to that is no.
We're going to make them look retarded now because, or at least as silly as the boys.
How many, again, folks, there's nothing wrong with talking about color and the context of color. That's not racism. What we do is we like to talk truth to power. We like to expose the actual legitimate racism. How many black children do you think there were running around the UK around that time?
Oh, well, if it's 6% now, I'd say what, 1% less? Not even. Right,
nigh on zero. Do you know when the majority of black people arrived in the UK?
I do not.
Round about the 50s.
Okay.
There was a a move from the West Indies to the UK.
So from the Commonwealth nations, they started moving.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
so that's when really prior to 1950s, there would be a very, very rare instance.
So it's interesting because there used to be
sorry, George, this is actual history.
Correct.
Not revisionist history, not bullshit history, not based on a true story history. This is just actual history.
Not I hate when they say my truth, you know, there's that, you know, my truth.
Yeah, my truth is opinion or false.
Correct.
The truth is a fact.
Indisputable.
So you can say in my opinion or in my knowledge or whatever you want, to my knowledge, that's fine. You might be wrong because to my knowledge, I could say, George, to my knowledge, you're a Cypriot. You could say, no, I'm Greek, not a Cypriot. So I could be like, oh, sorry, my bad. But they're geographically very close. Greece and Cyprus.
Right. Yep.
So in that regard, you could correct me on that. But when it's a truth, it's a fact. And the fact is, and facts are just facts, and you're going to have to get over that. I know Shapiro, not a massive fan of the guy, but he does stress facts don't care about your feelings. Right, they don't. And Robert Meyer Burnett says the universe is indifferent to everybody, right? Which is the same sort of principle and correct.
It is. I mean, a hurricane doesn't care. Well, what happens? Nature doesn't care. It doesn't. It just does what it does.
Tsunami doesn't. It's a force of nature. It's
not racist. Because they have the whole thing. They're going. We're going to have a lot of people going to be suffering. What was that particular phrase I heard? It was 6 weeks ago and then a year ago. Climate racism.
Climate change.
No.
Climate racism.
Yeah, because they're like, if we don't address these issues, we're going to see minority-based culture disproportionately affected. And I'm like,
do you know what the history of planet Earth is, George?
Yes.
Climate change.
Oh yeah, we go through multiple changes. We go
through the Earth is ongoing, is an ongoing cycle of climate change.
Yeah, always warm up, freeze up, go warm up. Yeah, I know, it's brilliant. But what's interesting is that's why this week I think it was a great week, because a lot of normies are starting to see it. And I only judge this based on conversations that I have, outside of YouTube, when you walk talking to different people and work. And they had the headlines on Monday about the Oscars. They're like, the Oscars are back. I'm like, God bless.
Thank you.
So it's like the Oscars are back. You saw it. LA Times, Hollywood Reporter. I'm like, it was one of the lowest rated shows. But they're like, it went up. I'm like,
the third lowest ever. And they revised the rating about 3 times. Started off at around 15 million. Then they upped it to 16 million. And then they upped it to like 18.3, which tipped it over the previous year's 18. So they went up. Well, it's up. That's the third lowest ever rating. And if you class 2021 as an anomaly because of what was going on, and just scrub that because that's just such an anomaly, it's the second lowest Oscar rating. And in the year, like 20 years ago, and even I think up to maybe around 12 odd years ago, but about 20 years ago, the Oscar was bringing in 46 million viewers.
Yeah, it was the biggest show of the year.
I think social media has exposed celebrity for exactly what it is. I think that is a contributing factor. And it doesn't help when movie companies are putting out films and then saying, if you don't watch this movie, you're a racist. If you don't watch this movie, you hate women. You're a misogynist. And
I wonder what
do you remember when companies put out movies and they'd be like, yeah, that was okay.
Yeah.
Or that was shit. That was good. And they'll just be like, no, just nothing would be said. They'd be like, right, probably behind closed doors, right. Gotta do better next time.
Remember, you used to have some of the directors would come out and say, they would admit, well, this was our vision. They would actually try sometimes to give you an explanation. This was our vision. It didn't work out. Now they just disappear, or they come back and attack you, which is even worse. But how do you think people are going to react? I mean, how are they going to call people racist? I was thinking about this when I was reading how James Gunn was reacting to Ben Affleck saying that he wouldn't be involved with anything in the new DC universe with Gunn and Safran. Because remember, Gunn, when he first came on board and got rid of Cavill, had said he had talked to Ben Affleck and
Ben Affleck about directing,
and Affleck responded yesterday like, I don't want anything to do with them.
It's as if James Gunn is actually a massive bullshit merchant.
Yep. Oh, another J.J. Abrams.
Well, I mean, I think, you know, I mean, I went in with James Gunn's announcement. I was waiting for the announcement with a relatively open mind, and I actually thought we were going to see some classics being mentioned. But when James Gunn read out his DC slate, I realized I didn't give a shit.
Right.
I thought, if this is what you think is going to be, when you announced that the second movie after Superman is going to be The Authority, which bar a very niche geek audience have no idea what that is.
Why do you think they're doing that? Rights? Money?
Well, no, James Gunn's, it's a passion project of James Gunn. He likes The Authority, so we're doing The Authority. His wife is in Peacemaker, so he's doing another Amanda Waller adventure, so she can be in that. He likes a guy at Booster Gold, so he wants to do a Booster Gold movie. It's just, I'm going to do what I want. And it didn't appear in any capacity that he was looking at what the audience would want. So when something like The Authority comes out, I say this could be a big hit. I don't think so. You know, you'd be, blow everyone away. But people are going to probably watch The Authority and be like, it's just like The Boys.
Right, exactly.
You know, it's a bit like that. Oh, apart from we've got a gay Superman and a gay Batman leading the group.
And they already kind of did a little bit of The Authority when Netflix did that show. I can't remember. Was 14 months ago they did a superhero
with Mark Millar's. Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It had
that was like a straight. When I say straight, I mean straight acted. It wasn't a comedy. That was like a straight version of The Boys. You know, in regards to like the way that.
You know what I'm talking about,
massacred or whatever. Yeah. I can't
remember the name because they were like, we're going to do a whole series, and then it was like
it's cancelled after one season, and you know, and because a lot of the complaints were, oh my god, why is this family like completely white?
Yep, I remember it was crazy. But I want to know how Gunn is going to get himself out of this because he repeated that. You know, guess what? In Superman Legacy,
Legion was it Legion?
Was it Legion? Let me look it up because it's driving me crazy now to know what the because I watched the whole thing.
Jupiter's Legacy. That's it.
Oh,
I think that Jupiter's Legacy.
But you know, he put out that little thing. Well, guess what? Truth, justice, and the American way. The motto is coming back. I'm like, okay, but you don't have a real story or Superman. And
you're making an Amanda Waller series, and The Authority's your second movie. And you're doing a trash Supergirl, broken. I just.
It's ridiculous.
And we're doing a Game of Thrones on Themyscira.
I just am stunned. And then he said he's going to be bringing people over from Marvel. I'm like, oh, okay, from Guardians.
Most likely.
Who do you think?
If he does, I don't know. Chris Pratt. I can see Chris Pratt being somewhere in the mix. Because he'll be done after Guardians 3.
Right.
Maybe even see Dave Bautista.
But what's interesting is, didn't he say we weren't going to do, well, we're going to start the Superman story over? I mean, didn't he hit that point for a month over and over? We're not going to go back to the beginning. I was reading the synopsis.
Well, let me ask you a question, George. What is the second movie that you put out after Superman?
What is the next movie after Superman? Well,
you're doing this DC slate. The first movie is Superman. What is the second character movie that you launch?
Well, I'd like to see. You mean in the Superman movie, kind of like Superman?
No.
Oh, I would do Batman or Wonder Woman.
Exactly, Batman.
Yeah. Build the Trinity.
It'd be Batman. You do Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, you do the Trinity.
The Trinity,
that is the first 3 movies that you do. You don't
Oh.
do Superman, The Authority, maybe Batman afterwards, Supergirl, and then Swamp Thing.
Wow. I wonder if they just want to use everything they. It's like, remember, Swamp Thing had a series. It was actually pretty good. It had 1 season.
There is a big difference. I know there's a whole massive tax issue about it. There is a massive difference between a television show and a film in terms of popularity and people going to see it.
Right.
The Swamp Thing movie could well be very good, but normies would be like, who the fuck is Swamp Thing?
That's the same way they're going to say, who's Booster Gold? How many normies know Booster Gold?
Exactly. That's the problem. The Creature Commandos, and anime cartoon, whatever you want to call it.
I think he's trying to replicate. That's the only thing I can think of what Marvel did.
But if you were replicating what Marvel did, right, then it would be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman still.
No, but the way that they're pushing, they took unknown characters.
Yeah, but that's because they didn't have the rights to the Fantastic Four, to the X-Men, so they couldn't do those characters. They couldn't do them.
Right.
So they had to do the ones that they had control over. They didn't even have control over the Hulk. They had to have a deal with Universal for that.
Right.
So they had to take the characters that they had, and the biggest characters they had were Iron Man, Thor, and Captain America. And guess what they released?
Right. They did it. They should. Exactly. But the Trinity, that's how you build it out. That was the mistake that Zach made. Well, I think it was partially his fault and partially the studio's, because he wanted Man of Steel 2 and then Batman.
Well, Zach's storytelling was all over the place. Absolutely all over the place. And if you're gonna, you can't have a nihilistic Superman if you have a nihilistic Batman.
Don't want.
Because the whole point of Batman and Superman is that they have contrasting ideologies about how to deal with things.
Yeah, flip side of the same
After
coin.
a rough start, they begun to understand each other. So that's how they became the world's finest. So you could have Superman Legacy, Batman, Wonder Woman, or not fucking Superman Legacy. That's just such a shit name.
Shit, well, it is.
Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, and then your 4th movie could be Trinity.
Oh, beautiful. Yeah, I agree. But what he said was, it was just interesting. We're not going to go back to go back to his roots again. And so I read the synopsis, and it said, we're going to discover how Superman deals with his dual identities, his aristocratic Kryptonian parents and then his poor Kansas father, both sides of the character. I'm like, didn't we just see that in Man of Steel?
And that was revised because they killed Jor-El before the planet was destroyed.
It's just
so
amazing.
They even changed the history, the lore, the history there.
The grift is coming to an end. I mean, they're panicking.
I don't think. I mean, with James Gunn, I don't think it's a grift. I just think it's incompetence. No, I think it's incompetence. I think the guy's been given a position of authority, no pun intended, and he's literally saying, "Right, these are my toys." No pun intended. Right. These are my toys, and I'm going to do with it as I want. It's not as if he's being entrusted with beloved franchises, beloved characters, and saying, right, what should I do to build up the best universe for an audience, a cinema-going audience? No, he's like, well, I'm putting this in because this is a passion project of mine. I'm putting this in because it's a passion project of mine. And normies, they're not gonna know the half of this. You go out onto the streets, ask 100 people who's Booster Gold.
Nobody's gonna know.
I'll be surprised if you got 10 people.
I doubt they could point him out if you put like 10 action figures and pulled the names off the cards, like which one is. Well, they would tell who Booster Gold is.
Well, just say who's this? Who's this?
Yeah,
show a picture.
They wouldn't know. They wouldn't know, but it's just interesting. That's why I think it was a great week. You had a lot of good news about the impact of Hollywood's decision making and everything that they've been doing. And then I saw Picard episode 5. I was like, wow.
I don't get that till tomorrow.
I know, but I remember Robert was like, "We got to talk about Picard episode 5 after you watch it." It was amazing. It was amazing. I feel like each one of the episodes is like a film. It just is how I feel about it. I was like, why couldn't they just do this from the beginning?
I'm going to show you something. I need to revert back to that previous conversation, George, because I need to show you something.
Yes.
Okay. This here is Ant-Man, Quantumania. Or as I like to say, Antifa Man, Commie Mania.
Perfect.
This is its start, and it's absolute plummet.
I think its global total is what, 400 million. It hasn't.
It's about 450, just about from 450. This needs to hit about 600 million to break even.
Right. It's doing worse, isn't it? Doing worse than the original Ant-Man.
Right. Yes, it's doing worse than the original, and the sequel did better than the original. So it's the worst performing.
Right.
This is a character that has not just appeared in its own 3 movies, but has appeared in Endgame, has appeared in Civil War, some of the biggest movies ever to hit the cinema. An established character that nobody cares about. So what happens when you put characters that nobody's even heard of out there?
Dead.
What do you think's going to happen? This is showing people are just like, I'm tired. I'm tired of this cookie cutter formula. I'm tired of this unfunny humor. I'm tired of these unheroic characters, and I'm tired of this shit storytelling.
Right. Absolutely. No. You're right. But that's why his response, one of Iger's statements that he had released, is that not only are they going to cut down on the amount of Marvel movies, but he said, we're going to cut down. Not every character needs to have multiple sequels. I'm like, what are you talking about? You're contradicting. You're not looking at the problem. Phase 1 through 3, I think it was done very well. A couple of things I wouldn't agree with, but I loved phase 1 through 3.
Mm-hmm.
They had multiple sequels for the characters. It worked. It's like he's not touching on the real problem. He's going around it. We're making too many. We're spending too much. No, you're not writing a good story.
Yeah.
You're catering to politics. Just get back to the formula.
But they can't have heroic men, and they can't have desired women, and they can't have heterosexuality by the looks of it. There are so many ideological things now. Because remember, masculinity is toxic masculinity to them. But toxic masculinity doesn't exist. It's called masculinity. If such a thing existed, like, oh, look at these men, these toxic men, they wouldn't be desired by women. Women desire, a lot of women, straight women, desire men who are masculine.
Strong.
Is this a shocker to you? Not femi boys.
No.
Not simps.
Oh, talk about femi boys. Is it true that Batwoman is coming back for a final season?
No.
Oh, okay. So
she's in the final season of The Flash.
Okay. Thank you.
So she's making an appearance in the final season of The Flash.
Okay, thank you. I was like,
which is bringing in approximately 500,000 people a week.
Wow.
But Gotham Knights, which released on Tuesday.
How was it? I didn't know.
Unbelievable numbers for the opening.
Really?
600,000 people watched. With a demo of 0.11.
Wow. You know, I remembered The Flash. I liked the first season.
It was it was
wasn't
okay.
Shit.
The Arrow first season was really good.
Much tighter.
First 2-3 seasons, that was actually pretty good.
I think
And
it got
then
to
the CW got to its own formula where what's he called? I want to say
what's his name? The guy that did it.
B
I always forget his name.
Bertinelli? Is it Bertinelli?
No, I think it starts with the G. The guy who did the whole thing, who's been responsible. He spoke a week ago. He spoke a week
Not
ago.
Bertinelli. Yeah. But he just basically started hiring every gay dude that he wanted to fuck. And then every show became a group show.
Berlanti.
Greg Berlanti. That's it. Yeah, he just basically started to hire people he just wanted to fuck.
Right, but he admitted a week ago how he was let down, and I'm paraphrasing now, so I'm not quoting him directly. He was basically ashamed that his DC universe on CW did not get him the attention of the studio to make a film, because he said he used that. He wanted to make movies.
I said you probably saw my tweet. I think you saw my tweet where I said James Gunn's doing a good enough job of destroying the DC universe without needing a hand.
Yeah, nope, go away.
But,
stay away.
The CW had to sell itself off for $0, and the people that took it over acquire 75% of their debt, which was 75 million, because it never made a penny of profit in 11 years.
Wow.
Do you think that is the sign of a well-written shows on a network?
No, obviously not.
No, not really. And then with every single one of the shows just evolving into the Arrow family, the Flash family, the Legends of Tomorrow family, the Black Lightning family, is just like nobody cares.
Do you know what killed it for me on the Arrow? It was after season 1. I watched, I think, the first or second episode of season 2. It was the girl. I can't remember her name. The blonde girl who
Smoke.
She was just this side character, and all of a sudden, I'm like, she's fucking calling the shots and starting to vote. I'm like, what is this, Arrow or the Felicity?
100%. The way they changed Felicity Snoke destroyed that show, because she was a quirky little IT lass in the first season that people liked, and they liked the fact that she liked him, and he's just he's kind of like a charming Bruce Wayne kind of a guy, little bit of a charm. But then they decided, no, she's now going to be his utter equal. And I like the fact that she left him because he was helping other people.
What do you mean? I didn't watch past season 2.
Oh, well, they got together, and then he just turned into a fucking fanny. And her character eventually ended up leaving him because he was doing too much to help other people and not concentrating on her.
Unbelievable. So the hero got dissed for being a hero.
Yeah, and she also diverted a nuclear weapon or a bomb, which diverted it from a major city to a smaller rural area, which still killed about 200,000 people or something. And it was her that needed the sympathy. Are
you kidding me?
By the way, killing the parents of one of Team Arrow, because they lived in that area, and it was her who was the victim in that.
Wow! Don't tell me, did they make her superhero as well?
No, they made her super annoying.
Because I used to hear about, like I said, I didn't watch past season 2, but every once in a while I'd hear somebody say, "This has become her show."
But it was Ragman's parents. Yeah, Jeff.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, talking about good characters, especially a good villain, I have one that I've been wanting to show for a while.
Okie dokie.
I think you're going to like it. I know you already have it, but you haven't pulled it out of the box. We were talking about it a couple of weeks ago. So I started pulling him out.
Did you, George?
I think this was Juice first.
This is
Juice first figure.
Yeah. This is Vulture.
Vulture
From Homecoming.
Yeah, and you could tell. Look at what Juice had done. Again, he blows away the competition. The jacket, you can see it's leather, not pleather.
Yeah, that's leather, not pleather. Yeah, yeah.
You can see all the work he's put.
Damn.
You can see all the work he's put in. Like, I haven't attached everything, so I'll attach it slowly, probably during the show. And the wings are just huge. But you can notice, look, these move.
Ooh-wee.
I'm talking about the detail. Just look at that. The helmet
it's
lights
great.
up once
Yeah,
I
yeah.
put the batteries in. Come on. Come on, you bugger.
What's the visor going to light up?
Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Just got to put the batteries in. Put them in and then we'll, you know, you fluff up the collar a little bit and you
Yeah.
he did amazing work. Because the original one, the collar, the fur was brown. But again, just take a look at the detail in the leather work. The
It's gorgeous.
coloring.
Absolutely lovely. Lovely,
Do you
lovely,
see
lovely.
the colors on the helmet? There's multiple shades. Well, guess what? Juiced is now going to, I think he's going for his next figure. He's going to start doing figures.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm excited because, you know, the man pays attention to the detail.
Oh, exquisite detail. Yeah.
I think he's perfect to do that. I think they're going to be in the beginning just figures for the various 1/6 vehicles he's making. But they're also looking, they're going to do I think the poll is either up or coming up next week. The next Batman 1966 vehicle. It's for people to vote on, whether it's going to be a helicopter, the motorcycle, or the boat. What do you think?
I thought they might do Batgirl's motorcycle with Batgirl.
That's what you want? More than the helicopter or the boat? Oh, well, we'll put that in the poll when it pops up.
I think it'd look really good to have the 66 Batmobile with the 66 Batman Robin, and then have Batgirl with her bat cycle, you know, with her cycle. I think that'd be great. I think it could be a great little. I'd order one.
Yeah.
I wouldn't order a helicopter. I wouldn't order a boat.
Really?
And I doubt I'd order a bat cycle. Yeah. I doubt I'd order any of them. Yeah.
I thought you would get the chopper.
No.
To go along with your...
Okay, I'll tell you why.
Space?
Because the Batmobile, 66 Batmobile, is legitimately iconic. The boat, the helicopter are not. The bat cycle is not. But when Batgirl was introduced in season 3, when Batgirl was introduced, you had this, you know, beautiful woman in this beautiful purple outfit with this purple bike, and it just looked great. It just worked. So I think that would marry perfectly with the Batmobile. This is just me. This is my
opinion. No, but you make a good point. I didn't think of it that way. I just always remember. I don't know why it stuck with me, the helicopter. I'm trying to put the lights on. But no, he's doing some great work. I can't wait. What's the one you're anticipating the most from him? The BVS back computer, the 89 Batmobile,
well, I mean,
or the Forever.
I wanted the 95 got put back. The Bat computer's gone back to the drawing board.
Because by what I understand,
I gotta be legit. I gotta be honest with you. Ever since the BVS Batwing was yanked, my kind of hype for getting the computer now is sort of.
Oh no, they're doing the computer because they have all the sales. I think the BVS got pulled. I mean,
you know, I can't have the Justice Mobile, the computer, and the Batwing. Now it's just going to be computer and Justice Mobile.
I wouldn't give up hope on that because a lot of people in the group want it to come back. I think if he can get enough people, he'll do it because that's happened before where he's had to pull something because there weren't enough sales.
I would be interested if Juice did maybe even like some of the Batcave stuff.
He's talked about that. he talked about it. If you watch in his last video, he just doesn't know how to approach it. He goes, we want to do. He was talking about the 1966 Bat Cave, though.
Yes,
he's like, after we
that's what
do
I'm
the
talking.
next,
That's what I'm talking about. The 66 Bat Cave.
He's like, he's gonna do that already. So he's like, after the next 66 vehicle, whichever one the group picks by voting, then he goes, we're gonna do the cave. He goes, obviously can't do the entire cave in 1/6. It's gonna be huge, but we're gonna have to decide what pieces. Like, obviously, we're gonna want the computer, but then what else goes in it? So he is gonna do that because everybody has asked for it, and that's where you want to be able to put your 66 Batmobile. What would you want in it? Just the computer system?
The computer, the reactor, with some stalactites and maybe some, coming down. The pole.
The pole, yeah.
I want the pole. Yeah, that's what I would like.
You know what I'm going to send you? I had someone custom make the red phone.
Oh,
I'm going to send it to you because I got
I like the fact that they got it in the Batman 66 Batmobile. Well,
no, I have it. It lights up. It lights up. I have two of them, but it comes with the bust of Shakespeare. So you pull it up.
And wow.
I'll send it to you because I just got them. By the way, I also got this. Came in the same package when I got those. We've never shown these on Hot Toys, but these are just accessories. So I don't know how many people are interested in them.
Okay.
But there was a figure that I was putting together of Tony Stark from Iron Man 2. And I pulled these out of storage because these go with it. Remember, those are the actual shoes that Robert Downey, son of a bitch.
There's some Cuban heels on those.
Yeah, but that's what he wears. When I looked at the pictures, I was like, come on. Nope, but he's really, really tiny. So you can see, those are the shoes that he wore.
How big are they? 4-inch heels?
I think so.
4-inch Cubans?
And then you can see, here's the watch, which was custom made. I always like having custom watches done. Because when you get them from Hot Toys or anyone else, it always just looks like a piece of melted plastic. I don't know if everybody can see the detail of that. You see the glass is clear. You can see all the components.
Nice.
And then where's
the
last piece? Like I said, I don't know how many people are interested in looking at accessories, but I like accessories. Well, I'll find it in a second. It jumped. Anyway, so I'm going to send you the bust and the red phone. That way you can put it next to the 66.
Nice.
Oh, here it is. Son of a bitch. You see, that's that little in the center there. That's that computer, that little tablet that he had.
Yeah.
Where he was in the courtroom. And he was...
I successfully privatized the world.
Right, this one. Maybe this will make it look better. Takes a lot of work for them to get the little details. Come on. Can you see it?
Yeah, but best if you hold it from the top and bottom. Like a pinch, like you're pinching it. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
The devil's in the details, George.
Yes, sir.
The devil is in the details.
So I think it's been a great week. A lot of good stuff. I think it's a great week for the audience. Hollywood took it in the ass.
Oh, well.
Which is always good.
They've been giving it up to us for the last God knows how many years. So
yeah, it's about time.
Payback's a bitch, yo.
I'm just waiting for someone to wake up and go, maybe we should start making real movies. So
maybe we should start making proper movies. You know that proper movie Top Gun Maverick that did all the money? Maybe we should try and just do regular movies again, because it looks like people want to return to that sort of thing.
Did you like the fact that Cruise didn't go?
Well, he knew he was not going to win. He knew.
You know what?
Our DJ's he's an ickle man.
But you know what I was really stunned by? Is that RRR only picked up Best Original Song. I still cannot believe how it was snubbed for Best International Picture or even for Best Picture.
Mm.
I thought it was better than anything they put on there. I thought it should be between that and Top Gun Maverick.
Well, my favorite film in 2022 was Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Really? I don't.
Yep.
Why do you like it that much?
It's a wonderful film that was about how you can easily fall to nihilism, but the whole point was not to.
Okay, maybe I should rewatch it.
The movie was kind of pushing to this very nihilistic end, and it kind of happened. And the way that it got out of the nihilistic aspect was the fact that she wouldn't give up.
Right. It just reminded me.
It became so kind of triumphant, and it was just like, God damn it, that was a fucking great film.
Well, I'm going to take that into perspective and try it again. It reminded me too much of Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness, just aspects of it.
Well, it's a multiversal film, not in the way that, if you haven't seen it, not in the way that you could imagine. It's very cleverly put together, and it just showing various ways to do. I'm gonna quote the Fast and the Furious here. Essentially, it was a film about family. It was a film about connecting with people. It was a film about never giving up, and it had so many kind of hopeful messages.
More so than Top Gun, where you had heart.
Top Gun's a great film. I've got nothing against Top Gun.
Okay.
It's a great classic action film, right?
Yes.
It's not reinventing the wheel. That's not a criticism. That's not a criticism. It's not reinventing the wheel. It's really solid acting, really solid, unbelievably good action, which looks authentic. And as again, Robert Meyer Burnett says, authenticity is the currency of tomorrow.
Always.
And so I thought Top Gun Maverick was great. I went into that film thinking, who wants a Top Gun sequel 30 years later, nearly 40 years later? Who wants that? And then I left it going, holy shit, that was incredible. And I loved it. And I loved Top Gun Maverick. I just think that Everything Everywhere All at Once just did something pretty unique. And it was just completely out there. And it just got me. It just got me right in the, I think I just sort of
in the feels.
Yeah, it just got me on an emotional level, not like a emotional level, but just one that I could, attach to and relate to and understand exactly this. Oh, George, I take it all back. You see, unfortunately I can't relate to anything that I saw on the screen because it was an Asian family and I'm white. So unless I see myself represented on the screen,
you're done.
I can't, relate to any of that.
Well, you know what? As I value your opinion, so I'm gonna watch it one more time. I'm gonna clearly say, maybe it was at the time that, what's her name? She came out with Witcher Blood Origin. I was like, Michelle Yeoh, and I was like, come on. I think that could have tainted it.
Took a payday, dude. I'm okay with Michelle Yeoh taking a payday. Michelle Yeoh is great.
I like Michelle Yeoh, but I think you should have an ethical line. I think
she was in Discovery as well. I'm trying not to hold it against her.
Like when you're going to do something for a payday, I think you have to go the Michael Caine route and admit it. I remember when Michael Caine did Jaws 3.
She probably will in the future. But
I asked him why did he do it, and he said the check.
Yeah,
he's like, that's it.
But right now, she's got some star power and she's got some move, and her performance in that film is incredible. She's a great actress.
Okay.
And it was great performances all around. Yeah, I do.
Really? I always thought of her more as like a good.
When was the last time you saw Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon?
Last year.
Okay.
I love it.
Yes, phenomenal movie.
Yeah.
And she's great in it. So's Chow Yun-fat.
Oh yeah, miss him.
But I unfortunately can't relate to anything that went on because I'm white and they're Asian. Because I can't relate to anything unless I see myself on the screen. You see how fucking retarded that is, Disney?
Yeah, don't worry.
Fucking retarded. All the stupid studios that say that shit.
Jaws 4, yep. Sorry about that. It was Jaws 4.
So, yeah, she's putting something. I mean, I loved House of the Flying Daggers, Hero. Discussed this the other day. Hero with Jet Li.
Oh, yeah.
Freaking brilliant.
I think that's why Witcher threw me so much. I didn't watch it, just the trailer. No, with her in it. I was just like, this is so beneath her.
Well,
but I take what you're saying.
A decent paycheck. She probably got a decent paycheck for Discovery because they had a lot of money and not a lot of talent to start with.
Could you imagine if Discovery had done what they're doing now with Picard season 3? They talked about it.
Well, I legitimately went into Discovery with an open mind. I went to Discovery really wanting to like it because I really like Star Trek.
Yeah, of course.
And so it was actually crushing to get the show that we got with Discovery. And it was just like, has anybody actually watched Star Trek?
Oh, I love Star Trek. I only watched episode 1 of Discovery, season 1. That was it.
I'm okay with that. Just saying, look, payday. Sometimes you just do things for payday.
Like Idris Elba did with that show, what, Beast? Movie Beast? I think he told somebody he did it just. He goes, "I got a big family." That was his answer.
But a lot of even big Hollywood stars, you'll find they'll do a blockbuster, and they'll just do like 2 or 3 shitty movies to just keep the money ticking over. It's going to be quickly produced, quickly turned out, quick on the time for them, and they'll get a huge payday for it because they're the star power that's trying to attract people to watch the film.
Well, I think they do that. I don't know if all of them do that. I don't think Russell Crowe did that for years.
Some do that.
Now he's doing that shit, but yeah, I agree.
Like a paycheck for Thor.
Oh,
hey, we want you to be a mincing Zeus.
Right. He was supposed to play a Greek god, but he used a French-based accent. At least that's how it sounded to me. Didn't sound Greek to me.
I don't know what the fuck he was trying to do.
It was awful. Flick. That's stupid. Anyway.
He was in a tutu.
Talking about Idris Elba. I discovered Idris Elba watching a BBC series called Luther. So I've watched it for years. Every year I'll rewatch Luther. I didn't realize it 3 days ago. The Luther movie came out on Netflix.
The movie came out, yeah, on Netflix, yeah.
I did not like the foundation of it. No, I enjoyed watching it as long as I ignored how they portrayed. I don't know how to put that. Do you want me to tell you what pissed me off about it?
Well, you can.
Oh, you're going to watch it. Well, I don't know if you're going to watch it.
I've never watched Luther.
Oh, okay. Well, here's a spoiler if anybody watches Luther. Luther was jailed in the show. So you have a cop who's jailed because he's set up by a bad guy. Well, jailing him for the stupid shit that they said he was jailed for, to me, it violates the character. So even though there are aspects of the movie that I liked, it's kind of like, I like 1923. It's in the Yellowstone family, except for one problem. In 1923, with Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren, they have a parallel story going on that has nothing to do with the main core story of the Dutton family. It's just a Native American Indian story where they're being abused by this little religious group and everybody's evil in there except the Indians. Okay. But they never interconnect. They never meet the Duttons, has nothing to do with the Duttons, and just keeps going. And I was talking to my brother Sidnick about it the other day, and I was like, you know what? You could lift the entire thing out, literally pull it out and edit that Indian story, and that would be a 9 for series because it has no impact on it, but it's a detractor. So it's the same way that I kind of felt about Luther. If you'd pulled the aspect out of the movie where he was jailed and now is a criminal, and you removed that from it, I think it would be a very good film to watch.
Have you had anything 1 in 6 related delivered recently?
Yeah. I had this. I think you already have shown this before, but it just came in the other day. I was thrilled. And my next one comes in next week. Bo-Katan comes in next week.
Okay, yeah, I've had that for a while. Yeah,
You got Bo-Katan in already?
Bo-Katan's in storage, mate.
I'm just gonna breathe. Just breathe.
I've had honestly, I've had Bo-Katan for about 6 weeks. No,
that's a beautiful thing.
I've had it about 2 months or more.
Why not 3?
Maybe 3.
Maybe 3.
Maybe I think I got Bo-Katan last year, actually.
Maybe you got it. I mean, like the day they announced it. I mean, like they put it up for pre-order. Fuck.
Maybe I have the prototype.
Howard Chan hand delivered it to your ass. He's like, here you go, ass. This is just for you.
I think so. I think that's how they work.
Why not? Well, this I think is now one of my most favorite figures. I just think it's gorgeous. Great figure. Love the company.
Yeah, the motion picture Kirk.
I mean, just look at that. Look at the way that they designed the suit.
Oh, it's. I have it on display with Spock. And I got another one because I wanted another one mint in box.
And you got it now.
Which I rarely do now with the 1 in 6.
And I'm still waiting. But you got the second one in. You got the second one in.
I got both. I've got 2 Kirks and 1 Spock.
Right. I said I'm still waiting for my first Spock.
Oh, okay.
And you got the second one.
Well, I got a second Kirk and 1 Spock, yeah.
So look at, I mean, this is important, especially in 1/6 scale. One of the hardest things to do in 1/6 scale is the outfit.
Well, Bones is coming, and it's Bones with a beard as well.
Yeah.
Bearded Bones.
His bearded bone, is that what you said?
Them bearded bone. Yeah, it's an absolutely great figure.
The hardest thing to do in 1/6 is the stitching.
Well, the head sculpt I think is absolutely outstanding.
It is. But what I'm really blown away by is I guess it's so difficult to make the outfits correctly where they look like the real ones.
Yeah.
They always will have something wrong. You're like, where it looks like a toy. This doesn't look like a toy. It looks like a collectible, like they miniaturized William Shatner. So I have a few more things.
Okay.
I know these you don't have. But I actually like when we show the same figures because you can see the differences. You know, you highlight certain things. I really like the outfit.
So what don't I have?
Well, this one, I don't have the head sculpt in yet, but I just...
Oh, is this a custom?
This is a custom.
Okay. But I don't have a custom. That is correct.
And I
own 0 customs.
Oh, really? You got to get some customs for you. Well, customs is because the companies aren't making them.
Oh, I know.
So this,
I think they are going to do a Khan. I'm pretty sure they're doing a Khan.
Yeah, no, the Exo 6 is doing Khan.
Yeah,
he's already announced it. So I showed, what was it, 2 weeks ago? I can't wait. I showed 2 weeks ago Roy Batty from Blade Runner.
Yeah, you did.
Well, I just got the full outfit in for. So I'm just waiting for the head sculpt.
We got Decker.
You can see. Look at the stitching.
I do have a third party. I do have a third party Decker. I don't have a custom Decker, but I do have a third party Decker.
So I'm waiting.
That is delicious.
Yep. So I'm just waiting for the head.
Mentioning talking about Star Trek, I got a thing I'd like to show.
Yeah.
It's been really nice having you on the show, George.
Oh, thank you.
And it's just such a shame that you're going to pull a tantrum and leave when I show you this.
No tantrums.
No, I want to see your reaction. So this arrived a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just a little Star Trek character called 709.
Oh, beautiful. That really came out well. Much better.
Have you got
than
yours
picture.
yet?
No, not yet. Waiting.
Oh, okay. Just asking that, George.
No, can you bring it closer? Much better than the pictures. Much better than the pictures. Wow. I almost didn't order because I didn't really like the way it looked on pre-order.
Let me get a 2-6. Let me get a board to put behind it so it bloody
When
focuses.
did you get this?
This arrived a couple of days ago. 3 days ago.
Did you order it directly from the company or from Sideshow?
From an EXO.
Nice boobs.
Thank you. I grew them myself.
Oh, you got the phaser. That is nice. That is very nice. Can you pull out her tricorder?
Sure.
Just curious what it looks like. Because everything else is spot on.
Magnetized to a belt, which has 2 magnet slots. We have the closed tricorder.
Mm-hmm.
And then the bottom, of course, is magnetized. So you can open it up and have an open tricorder.
Did you say her bottom is magnetized?
The bottom is magnetized.
Oh. That's nice. Very nice. See, I love their detail work. Very nice. Very impressive. Again, one more time. You got this
About 2 or 3 days ago.
2 or 3 days ago.
I think it arrived on Monday. Been lovely having George on the show. Shame he left. But all good things.
I just had to clear my.
For another Star Wars
I'm in
reference.
Texas. We got
Star Wars.
sinuses. Yeah.
The Star Trek reference. All good things, George.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is
very nice.
You
So
want
which
to
is
see
your
the
favorite?
her ass?
She never really had much of an ass. I always looked at her
Oh,
breasts.
dude, I'd slap the shit out of that fucking
Well, hell,
ass.
that's different. Yeah.
But
she still looks good in Picard season 3.
Yeah, it's just a shame her character is now an angry lesbian.
But I didn't. Yeah, see, and I didn't like the fact that they pulled off the Borg accoutrements. You know the.
No, she's got that.
I thought. Wait a minute. Unless I'm losing my mind, I thought they.
I think you're losing your mind.
They removed them.
Oh.
No.
Because I know she's definitely got the one there. I know that definitely. Yeah, she's got the one.
Really?
You're losing your mind, George.
Oh my God, how is that? I don't know why, but I keep. No, season 3, because season 2 she has them on.
They took them off on season 2.
I'm confused now. What the fuck?
They
I
took
didn't
them off on
notice
season 2.
Season 2.
They're back on in season 3 because she's actually
Isn't
a boy.
it they changed her name in this, and someone was not calling her 7 of 9. They were calling her Hansen or something.
Annika Hansen, that's her real name.
Yes, I know that, but there was something has confused me about it because I was watching it last night when it was that person came out.
Liam Shaw, the captain, calls her Hansen, as in Annika Hansen, because he doesn't want to refer to her by her Borg designation because she's not Borg anymore. She takes that personally for some reason. She takes that personally, and she wants to be referred to as 7.
Right.
So that's what they did with that. And
but did you see? Oh, you haven't seen it yet.
Episode 5.
Right, but do you know who came out last night? Who was on the show? I was just stunned.
Oh, I know who it's going to be, but
you gave me a hint. I'm not going to say it. I was stunned.
Don't say anything.
I'm not going to say it. I really want to, but I'm not going to say it.
No. Yeah, I know who it is,
and it worked out. Yeah, you hinted at it, but it's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to episode 5 because I've really enjoyed 3 and 4.
I will say that I do miss Q. I do miss Q because they whacked
He
him
died
up
of space
I know.
cancer.
Stupid shit.
Look what's coming out from Lego. This beautiful Land Rover Defender.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think to this?
I like it. Well, I love the Defender, the 4 doors, and this is a nice 2-door. Wow.
This is a pretty nice.
Is this something you ordered?
It's not. It's out on April 4th. It's beautiful. I don't know if I'm going to order it simply because, again, I don't get the vehicles, the larger vehicles. I kind of get the city stuff or the castle stuff.
Well, you could have this in front of the castle.
Well, it'd be like that's it. So I don't know. This is the size of one of the buildings. So I don't know where it would fit. But I mean, it's so nice though. It's kind of like, can I find a home for this? Can I justify this? Can I find a home?
Come on, that's nice. Shit, I want to get it.
I know, it's so nice.
Is there a video for it?
Yeah.
Can we see it?
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's all they got for a video.
I like
giving it a spin. Giving it a spin.
Nice.
That's pretty beautiful.
I also have 2 figures from Interview with a Vampire.
Gay.
No, not the series, the movie.
Gay. I'm only joking. And Rice, very good.
I like the movie. I did not watch the series.
I seen Jay Longbone tweet about it. Not particularly impressed. No.
It's. I watched. Let me correct that. I watched 15 minutes of it, and then I was like, and it was beautifully shot in those 15 minutes. They stayed to the canon until I met someone. I was like, nope. And then I saw something else. I was like, nope. This is not the characters. Of course, I got into arguments with people online about it, but no.
Hold on. There's actually another video. George?
Yeah. Oh. I'd like to know its size. Like, I'd like to see it next to something. Okay, there we go.
Let's mute it just in case it's copyright music.
Oh, look at that little show pics.
Yeah, that's the Chunk Monk. It is beautiful, though. Look at it.
Yeah.
Oh.
I've always wanted to get a 92 Defender. The 4-door.
Yeah. Damn. That is pretty nice. That's pretty nice. Hey, it wouldn't be a Hot Toys if I didn't have a Transformer.
Okay.
Or 3. So Monday, this arrived. This is actually I better take these cards are probably going to come in handy now. Oh no, my comic bag is hold on. Ooh, slide them back in. This arrived Monday. This is Fans Toys. This is Fans Toys Parkour, aka. Let's get you in position. AKA Cliff Jumper. And that is brilliant. I put the Autobot symbol on the chest myself. How do you think about that, George? What do you think about
that? I think it's lovely. I like it. It's got some chunk to it. I don't like the legs like the other ones. The other ones had great legs.
Oh, this has got, dude. This is so cartoon leg. These are perfect. These legs.
I'm just comparing them to the other ones.
Yeah, well, but they have different legs because they're different types of robot.
Well, I know, but I like
these legs are absolutely fantastic. The literal gray blocks To get them as gray blocks,
How's the weight?
amazing.
How's the weight?
For a little guy, it's got a little bit, yeah.
Good.
It's you know, you can tell the die cast in the areas, particularly on the legs. These are die cast. So you got a little bit chunk. You always do with the fans toys. They are absolute legit, man.
I like that about fans toys.
And if they can do the parkour, if they can do the cliff jumper so well, then I'd really excited for them to do a Bumblebee.
Oh yeah,
because the Bumblebee 2.0 from Masterpiece, Takara Masterpiece, it's good. I like it, but you just know that fans toys will do better. You just know because they've done like the feet are so much better on the fans toys than the Takara Masterpiece for Bumblebee. Bearing in mind that these are essentially the same figure, just very slight changes to the car aspect of it. And at the back, you know, they've got it as tight as they can get, which is pretty good. But they even put on the the light. Let me just do this for a sec, folks. Douche.
Oh.
They put the circle. They put the circle on the back, which you get when it transforms. So they really went.
They went out
to get an authentic look as possible for Cliff Jumper, and I think this is spectacular, absolutely spectacular. And for a fans toys, this comes in about I think 120.
Oh, good.
For a fans toys, that's for the articulation for everything about this.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a steal. I think it's an absolute Remington steal, mate.
I think that's a good one. Who's it going to go next to?
I think next it's Blaster.
Blaster. Okay.
Which
you got?
Well, no. Well, kind of.
Okay.
Because this is the next Transformer I'm going to show. And this is Blaster.
Blaster. Oh, for Soundwave.
No. This is Autobot.
Oh, okay. I don't
Blaster's
know. I don't
Autobot,
know Blaster.
but he's a cassette deck.
Okay.
Cassette deck. 1984 kid.
I don't know all their names, but that's cool.
So this is. But what do you get Blaster with? Well, Blaster comes also with this guy. I don't know.
Oh, yep.
Cartoon lore.
Yep.
Do you know who that is?
I recognize him. I just don't remember the.
With including ponytail. Let's see if any of the chat. Who's this? Who's this? Because guessing this correctly will give a big hint of which Transformer I'm going to show next.
Isn't it the one that's with Bumblebee all the time?
Spike. No, that's not Spike.
Okay.
No, this isn't Spike.
Then I don't know who it is.
Well, Unicron's left nut has got he knows the Transformer, but he didn't get the name. So what's the name of this guy here? What's the name of that guy there? It's it's not Rico, but you're close. It's Raul.
Raul, I don't know that character.
Raul. And Raul patched up a damaged. Hold on, come here. Your head's wonky. A damaged Trax.
Okay.
So this is the Takara Masterpiece Trax. So this is official. Again, when fans toys get around to doing stuff like this,
knock it out of the park.
They will make this just an insane, because all this will be die cast and they'll be die casting. So this is Trax. This is a little bit knacky to put together, but you can pose it well. A little bit of bulk at the back, but it's okay.
Why is it knacky to put together?
It was just a little bit of a knacky transform because this here, all this bit, knacky and it's messy, and you've got if I sort of bring it close, you can see there's just a lot of sort of hold on, sorry, I know hold on, let me just get there's a lot of kind of like very small hinges all over the place, which just make it feel a little bit loose. And at the back, it's kind of empty, you know, it's all empty, kind of empty there. So I see that I see that if Fans Toys did a version of this, I think it would just be an exquisite one. And this head also kind of has a tendency to just fall back there as well. But Trax is a good one. Trax is DOPE. So yeah. But it's great because that's another one of the G1 pre Transformers the movie G1.
Did that YouTube go out?
No.
Or was it just me?
Just you.
Okay.
And then I got one more, George. One more. You play a little bit of video game here and there, don't you?
Yes, sir.
Did you ever play RTSs? You know, the RTS strategy games?
A long time ago, like you're talking about Empires.
Yeah, sort of. Anything else? Any other RTS that you like to play?
I'm trying to think. I really did Romance of the Three Kingdoms. A lot of Sims, if that counts.
Okay. Command and Conquer. Which was your favorite Command and Conquer game? Red Alert! Correct. That is the right answer. Red Alert is the next and final one to show. Red Alert. The best Command and Conquer game that there was.
Warcraft. Yeah, I love Warcraft.
And this was completely new, in-box, sealed up as well. The reason why I wanted a completely sealed Red Alert, can you guess why, George?
No. So you can...
as a toy collector, you'll probably appreciate this. The white.
Right. Oh, the white always degrades.
Because the light it discolors to yellow. Yeah. So I wanted one that was in-box and unsullied by light. And there was plenty of pre-owned ones that would say, you know, slight yellowy discoloration.
I hate that.
And I hate that. And the Red Alert is again, it's done in the same model as Sideswipe, which was my favorite Transformer. So I also have a big soft spot for Red Alert as well.
Very nice.
Had a very interesting introduction to the cartoon.
And who's this from? Fans?
This is Tomi Takara.
Tomi Takara.
So this is OG. This is OG. That chest is always a little bit knacky.
I don't have anything from Takara.
But these are all plastic. You see, these don't have any die cast or anything on. These are all plastic, but Red Alert goes in. I think I'm only missing like maybe 3 or 4 of the pre Transformers the movie Transformers.
I'm curious, what was your favorite RTS?
Red Alert. Command and Conquer Red Alert.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not an RTS fan, but I absolutely love that. I mean, Outback, who's there? I'm going to have to take Outback out, and Outback is going to have to go with Springer and Hot Rod and Cup and Blur and Ultra Magnus, because
so how are you going to
Outback didn't come in until season 3.
Right, but this is my question: is how are you going to display them? Are you going to display them based on a show or based on?
I'm currently displaying the Autobots up there in my Modular case.
Right
there.
Yeah.
And that's been displayed based on pre-Transformers the movie Autobots. That's just Autobots pre-Transformers the movie. So it's I've got Snarl on the way, so I'll have all 5 Dinobots, the Protector, Defensor, Skyfire, Smokescreen, Bumblebee, Optimus Prime, Jazz, Mirage, Blue Streak, Beachcomber, Sea Spray, Brawn, Warpath, Grapple, Hoist, the Aerial Bots, Air Raid, Sky, Silver Street, I think Silver something. I don't know their names. Hoist, Trailbreaker. So I'm missing like Skids, and I'm missing a couple of the mini bots. I think that's it. As for which Autobot showed up pre Wheeljack. I need a Wheeljack. Wheeljack. I really want
Wheeljack.
Fans toys to make a Wheeljack. Silverbolt, thank you.
So do you have a plan for when you have them all? Like
I am gonna have the biggest wank.
I meant display. Are you gonna have a diorama made?
Well, what I want is, I like the way that displayed pre-Transformers the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, in my bedroom, I've got Hot Rod, I've got Springer, I've got Cup, Blur, Ultra Magnus.
Sorry. Did you hear how you said that?
Yes.
In my bedroom, I have a Hot Rod and Springer.
Yeah. Doesn't everyone in a bedroom? I've got Cerebus, the head of Fortress Maximus, because these are all post Transformers the movie Transformers. Right. I've already got Cyclonus and Scourge and Galvatron there. Outback is going to come out of there. Outback's going to join them because he was season 3. He came in post Transformers the movie.
He's going to join.
I'm going to have pre-movie. Then I'm going to have post-movie.
Okay.
Then I'm going to have pre-Decepticon movie, and then post-Decepticon.
Well, that's what I was asking. So that makes sense.
Because there wasn't a huge amount of Decepticons that were used in the
post.
Pre. You had the Seekers. You had Thundercracker, Skywarp, and Starscream. Mm-hmm. There was the Transformers the movie was a massacre. I just watched it 2 or 3 days ago.
I haven't seen it.
Astro Train. You had Devastator. You had Menasor, which are the Stunticons. You had Soundwave. You eventually got Ramjet, Dirge, and Thrust. So you got them. And you had the Insecticons, which are now there at the minute. You had the Insecticons. And if I just peek up there, look what we got there. We got the Seekers.
Yeah.
We got Skywarp and Starscream and Thundercracker.
Are those
there's not much. I'd have to have a little look, but there's not much other than that for pre-Transformers the movie. Shockwave back on Cybertron. So yeah, it was a 1. It was a 1, sir. It was a 1.
That's good. So what are you waiting on right now to come in?
I got Snarl arriving.
Oh.
I got Snarl arriving soon. That should be with me. Skyfire, Jetfire, same thing. Skyfire, Jetfire. In the US, it was called Skyfire. In the UK, we called him Jetfire. And I think they retroactively changed his name to Jetfire from Skyfire. But he's at the back. He's at the back. You can see his big gun. He's white and he's huge. Because if you didn't know, Skyfire was fucking massive in the show. So Skyfire, Jetfire. So it's actually the same one. So yeah, I'm waiting on Snarl to come, and then it's you did get a cameo by Acid Storm and Sun something and another one back on Cybertron in a brief, very quick flash from one of the. And I might get Acid Storm because Acid Storm's a green seeker and he just looks great.
Now I gotta go look him up. I don't know what he looks like.
It's like just like the Seekers, but green, and it just really pops because it's such a different.
Oh wow,
color.
yeah. Because it's not army green. It's
it's like poison green, acid. You know, you think crazy
like Seeker. Yeah.
What you got? I mean, sorry, when I said Soundwave, I'm taking into consideration Frenzy, Rumble, Ravage, and Laserbeak with those.
What about Chromia?
Chromia, right. Oh, George, I'm so glad that you said that. Chromia is an Autobot, not Decepticon for a start.
Yeah.
But you know that they've had this gender debate. They sort of like played with the gender debate in Transformers. It's clearly defined in the show that Autobots are male and female.
Correct.
Male and female. Bruticus came in right at the end of season 2, which is pre-Transformers the movie. So Bruticus would be up there as well, and because Bruticus was brought along to marry with the Protecticon, you know. So yeah, Bruticus would go up there. Bruticus, I love Bruticus. Swindle, I love Swindle. Brawn, Vortex, Blastoff, Onslaught. Mwah! I love them. Nearly as much as Devastator, but Devastator is the OG. You know? Right. Devastator is the OG combiner, and you need 6 Constructicons to make Devastator, whereas all the others are 5. Omega Supreme, that's another one I need. I want Omega Supreme's fan toy. I want that. And it's a bit tricky to get hold of.
What about Nova Storm?
Yeah. I've got 2 headmasters, 2 Decepticon headmasters.
Nova Storms? You have Nova Storms?
No, Nova Storm is another one that was
Decepticon.
A brief, Decepticon, brief flash of them. Literally flash on and off. That's all you ever saw of Nova Storm.
Because I thought it'd be good.
There was Acid Storm, Nova Storm, and was it Sunstorm? Were they all the storms?
Yeah.
They were. You got a very, very quick flash of them. I like Omega Supreme. It's a very cool story behind Omega Supreme as well. So yeah, I need to get. But yeah, Fortress Maximus is my favorite Autobot city above Metroplex. Yeah. Well, Unicron. I bought one. Unicron's left nut. I bought one recently, and it shipped to me. And the person shipped it in a fucking flimsy box.
Oh, the broken one.
And they just tied plastic bags and said, "Oh no,
grocery bags."
Yeah, plastic grocery bags and said, "Oh no, they were air sealed." And it was in a tiny he bent Omega Supreme to put into the box, to cram it into this box. And then when I opened up the box, the fucking leg was snapped off. And I took like a ton of pictures. So I contact the guy and I tell him, and he's just like, well, why didn't you what was it? It arrived on my birthday, George. I was a little bit busy on my birthday.
I remember.
So I contacted him the day after my birthday and said, look, this is just right. Look at snap.
Isn't that the guy who said, why did you take so long?
Why did you not contact me yesterday when it arrived? He said, I got the tracking and it said it arrived yesterday. Why didn't you contact me yesterday? Yesterday was my birthday and I had slightly more important things to deal with.
And
I opened it up today, and I think I opened it up and saw it, and I was like, I'll deal with it tomorrow. I don't want to deal with it on my birthday. So anyway, they refused to take it back. at first, and I said, well, I said fine. I just said fine, no problem. I'm just going to pass this straight to eBay's hands. Then
Yep.
I'm just going to do that. They're like, do what you want. So I just passed it into YouTube's hands. Sorry, eBay's hands, not YouTube's hands. Passed it into eBay's hands, and then put 10 photographs. And the photographs in themselves were damning. So he's getting them because I'm sent all the pictures to him. And
they settled, right?
Well, the thing is, I sent it to arbitration for eBay, and then 2 days after I did that, I got an email from eBay saying they're accepting your return. So they knew that they were going to get by eBay for this. So I returned the item, but George, I don't try and blow my own trumpet, right? But I am an arsehole, but I'm not an arsehole when it comes to certain things, okay?
You're honest.
Yes, I try to be as much as I can. So what I did, instead of being an arsehole, what I would class as arseholery, and just shoving it back in the box, the shitty box that he sent.
You actually packed it right.
I went out, I bought a bigger box, I bought a load of bubble wrap, because even though the guy was a twat,
right,
and sent me a crappy piece of shit, I wrapped up I took all the fucking newspaper. The newspaper. Yeah, exactly. I showed him exactly how something like this should have been sent. And if it was sent the way that I sent it back, it wouldn't have snapped the leg off.
Right, of course. I call people like us lovable asses.
Yeah, lovable assholes. Yeah. So I was really kind of frustrated by that because I really wanted that Omega Supreme.
I really want the one that you showed me a video of right when probably the 4th week that we were doing Hot Toys. The one that's the size of the little, it's like you showed me a video with a Chinese guy and it was bigger than he was. You know what I'm talking about? The Transformer that they were building.
Oh, the Metroplex.
Yeah, that's the one that I want.
Yeah. I don't know if that's gonna go into production. I don't know. I can't remember the full details on that. But holy shit, I'd buy that Metroplex.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Could you imagine shipping something like that?
I'd do it. I do it, and I'll tell you why I do it, George. Because Metroplex is an Autobot city. It transforms into a little when it's city is a objective word. It's essentially an Autobot command base where multiple Autobots can function. So it's to like have something.
No, it's like the G.I. Joe aircraft carrier.
Yeah. So it's to have something of that sort of scale with your other Autobots, particularly like the mini, the mini bots, and even the mid-size, your Jazzies, your Mirages, your Sideswipes. Sunstreakers.
Well.
By the way, it's on there as well. Then yeah, it's going to really show off the size of that Metroplex.
I think it would go perfectly well. Man, I always love talking about them because I learn more and more. Because I've only watched a few of I watched the Autobot. I watched the Transformers cartoons as a kid, and then I started watching them again about 4 years ago. And the films. What I always prefer, obviously, is the cartoons and then the animated in the movie. But there's some stuff that I've seen that I haven't watched yet. Like I saw that there was a Transformers animated. It was called Beast Wars. I've never watched it.
I never got personally into Beast Wars. That was later down the line.
Never saw.
To go back to what you're saying, Chromia is a female
right
Autobot, and the reason why they're very shocked to see females. By the way, Elita 1 is the first female Autobot. Former Mrs. of Optimus Prime sort of thing. But they thought they were extinct.
Right.
They thought so. Transformers do technically have a gender, and male and female. Even though they are robots, they're sentient robots. Would you call Data an it?
No, of course not.
Of course you wouldn't. This is the same principle. They just aren't covered in skin, aren't covered in fake skin. No, they're robots. They're as robotic as Data is. So, yes, they did actually have gender. They refer to the people like Elita 1 and Chromia and RC later. They refer to them as female Autobots. and female. So yeah, so that debate, OG cartoon. Have a nice day. But they haven't released. There is a Fans Toys RC,
Really?
which I do want. Yeah.
Oh, I'd like to see that.
It's called Rouge.
Rouge. Let me see. Hold on.
I mean, not but. There's no but. I'd like to get that, add it to the collection, and that would go into my post Transformers the movie.
That would be nice to have.
She did not show up until Transformers the movie.
You know, Rouge reminds me of the. Wow, that's interesting. I like that. That's a good pick. They have that now?
Yeah, it's out.
I like it.
I haven't been able to snag myself one. And then I just want to get the name right. There's one which I'm looking at, which is a Takara masterpiece.
Right.
See where. Please. It
reminds me a little bit of Robotech, the Rouge look. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I think there's a lot of influences from. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Nightbird. Now, Nightbird was a ninja robot that was constructed by a human that went rogue and started fighting against the Autobots. And Takara Masterpiece have released a transformer of Nightbird.
Oh.
Night Shadow. Sorry. Nightbird Shadow. So it's Nightbird and it's Shadow Ninja. So I'm thinking about picking one of them up. Because that was technically you could put that in your pre-Transformers the movie Decepticons.
Okay.
Even though she technically wasn't a Decepticon, she was just against the Autobots.
But I don't see her available anywhere.
You have to hit the secondary market for that, eBay. But I think that's just come out.
I see Dracula. I'm like, what? I don't remember. FT23 Dracula?
Yeah, that's the headmaster, the Bat headmaster. Can't remember what his name is off the top of my head.
Okay. I don't remember.
I've got that right there. I've got that right there, dude.
Oh, really? How is it as a figure? Is it
beautiful? Fucking beautiful.
Oh,
absolutely beautiful.
So that's worth it because
the Decepticon headmasters, Snapdragon, and the Bat one. Again, I can't remember. My brain's a bit frazzled, dude. I fucking had no sleep in 3 days. Mind wipe, thank you. Mind wipe, and Snapdragon. Those two are. We saw that. We had a look at this last week. Didn't we?
No. We talked about it.
Oh yeah, somebody sent me a link after the show.
Well,
so yeah, they are great. Both of Snapdragon and Mindwipe are fantastic fans toys.
Look what I like about this is if you look real close, if I can get it, where's the picture? They've done custom hands for him for the different poses, which I haven't seen in a while. I mean, they really went to town with it. Where is it? Damn it.
I hate this new photo gallery on Sideshow.
It's horrible.
Awful Sideshow. Come on now. We should be able to click on these, enlarge these.
No,
there should be a scroll button on either side. This dragging is it's nonsense.
It is
nonsense, I tell thee.
I think it's gonna sell out. I like it. I don't know. I'm not sure about the outfit. Looking by the pre-order construction, but I really love the sculpt.
Yeah.
So Rouge, I gotta find Rouge now. I really like it. And Dracula.
To find one, Dracula, which is Mindwipe.
What movie was he in? Well, what? I don't remember him in anything.
He's a season 3 Decepticon, season 3 Transformers the movie. When the headmasters came in.
Okay.
He's a headmaster.
I have to go back and watch that because I just don't recall him.
They came
Was
in
he under another
season
name?
Mindwipe. That's his name is Mindwipe.
Oh, that's why the
fans toys
Dracula.
can't call them by their proper name. So Vampire Bat, Dracula.
Gotcha.
So that's why they went with that's why they went with that one. Right, we got some supers. So let's do some supery doopies. The chat have been really patient, and we have really talked today. So Cash Kester has been a sorcerer for 29 months. It says, well, hello there. Fuck you, James, with a $5 says, I'm glad I found your channel ads. Your content has gotten me through some tough days recently. God bless you. Thank you so much indeed. Whiskey One Eye with a 22 Canadian says, hey, Az, great show. Did you see that Disney showed off the retractable lightsaber and no one cares? 10 years ago, everyone would be going ape shit now. Not a peep. What happened? What happened is they destroyed the brand. That's what happened.
Could you imagine? Mando had a worse opening numbers. Forget the show. Had worse opening numbers than Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
that means they killed it.
And that was shite.
Yeah, that was complete shite. Utter crap. They've killed it. I mean, how do you revive something?
The HasLab's last 2 Star Wars campaigns have failed. The Rancor monster, Black Series Rancor monster failed.
Which
the
I can't
Reva
believe.
lightsaber failed. Didn't go through.
Reva,
meanwhile, G.I. Joe cleaning up.
Reva, I understand why that failed. The Rancor, I thought that would have been.
I'm surprised. I actually backed I backed it, and I was really surprised. I couldn't believe it. I was just like, this isn't gonna fund.
So if you had in 30 seconds, if you see a brand that's dead, been killed, how do you revive it?
You see where they went wrong, and you look at the original material and what people loved.
Right, but how do you rebuild that trust with people to get them to come back in? Like you could
you hire based on
No, I know what you're saying. Let's say you made it exactly like Empire Strikes Back. How do you get them to come back in and try it?
It's so hard to do that.
Right.
Once apathy has set in to try and get people to come back, meritocracy is the word I was flailing to get. Once you've pissed off your audience, once they don't care, that's when you're in trouble. When they're mad, when they're angry, when they're shouting at you, great. It means that they're passionate. It means that they're passionate and they still care because it's getting them so mad to do that. But when apathy sets in, you're done.
They don't care if you're alive.
I don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I don't care what you put out. Look at this. It's nice. Don't care. Picard season 3. A lot of people. And I absolutely fully understand them. Yeah, thanks, Az, but don't care. I get it. I didn't
care.
Been bitten so many times.
I didn't care until I heard Robert Meyer Burnett talking about it. Then Gary had talked about it, and I was like, I just got to give it a shot. And I was blown away. You answered my question. I was just wondering. I mean, the audience needs to know, it's like, how do you gain back to their trust? They could like bring Lucas back and do it like it was better than Empire Strikes Back. But how are you going to get people to walk in and watch it or turn on the show to try it?
You got to hire the best writers.
Yeah.
And you got to pay them because they're the best writers.
Yeah.
You got to bring in the best director, not a director-writer, a writer and a director.
And not Taika Waititi, who keeps talking.
Definitely.
His Star Wars movie.
You might as well just call that a loss already, mate. Big Coffin Hunter with a $10 says, haven't been able to tune in for a few weeks. Glad to see you guys live again. As I assume you played Half-Life. Would you purchase a 1 scale of G-Man? I haven't played Half-Life. Well, really? I have.
You haven't?
But not much. I have a little, but not much. And right now, I wouldn't. I'd say no. Because right now, I'm possibly looking to liquidate some of my collection. Because I want to get specific. So I would say no, but also I'm not I played a little bit of it so that I don't have any connection to the franchise, you know. And because of all this Half-Life 3 business, I just never really wanted to get into it because I knew that Half-Life 3 would never come out. Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast with $6.65 says, "Oh, I see how it is, George. Offered you a spot in our Valheim server over a year ago. Size queens gotta stick together, I see." Rob the Builder has been a bard for 12 months. Jester of Roanoke has been a sorcerer for 24. That's 2 years. In the Snyderverse, the only debate Batman and Superman seem to have isn't how to treat criminals, but how to kill them. He fundamentally didn't get it. He absolutely didn't get it.
Stuck. He was stuck in Dark Knight Returns. That's the problem, and he mashed it together.
What, you mean the Dark Knight Returns with the death of Superman tagged on fucking is terrible.
It's like he took both of those and was like, this is what I want to do. See, I think he wanted to do, my opinion is he wanted to do Dark Knight Returns towards the end, like after they've been making them for 10 years.
Shouldn't have been Batman v Superman. It should have been World's Finest.
Yeah, I agree. Well, I could see that. I see that.
The Walkman for the $5 says, just got my Newage Jetfire figure, and for a company that does minifigures, this one is like a Hasbro Voyager Transformer figure. Nice. I do that.
I haven't seen that.
Skyfire, Jetfire that I have there is the Fans Toys version.
Okay.
I've actually pre-ordered the Jetfire, Skyfire, Tomi Takara one, which is coming out very soon, because I legit want to do a comparison between the two. But the Fans Toys one is great, but I want to do it like a size comparison, and be good to put one in an alt form. Andrew Graham with the $5 says, £5 says, I wonder if Cosmo the dog. Oh, Cosmo is another one, by the way, for the there that I need, but there isn't one that's been released. I think there's one third party one, but there's no Cosmo to go there. I wonder is Cosmo the dog will have a Russian accent in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. You can't have good Russians these days, can you? No. Russian man bad. Eddie Brock with a €2.50 says, thoughts on the new real lightsaber by Disney? Don't care. Don't care. I do have a lightsaber on order, an FX lightsaber. Do you know which one that is? Yeah. Do you know that? Yeah, you know that is?
FX are
Luke
badass.
Skywalker's. Because that's the dude that I care about.
I've been wanting one of those. Tell me how it is when you get it, because I've never known anyone
had
who
one,
had
so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
I see a lot of sexy ladies doing the twirling and the woo, 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 you know.
Oh God, have you seen that one woman?
I've seen a lot. I've seen a few.
Yeah, but one is like she looks like she's part of Cirque du Soleil Jedi class. I mean, I'll send you the link.
As you're missing the DSP interview, I have no intention of watching that at all.
Who's interviewing who?
Side scrollers are interviewing Darkside Phil, or I don't know if it's an interview or if they just have him on a show.
Is that the guy who always is saying, I need money?
Yes. The beggar.
Because I've never understood that.
The lying, gambling, degenerate, lying, manipulating, lying piece of shit. Yes, that is Darkside Phil. And he couldn't. I'm surprised. If you asked him what his name was, he'd tell you a different name. He can't tell the truth to save his fucking life, that guy.
But what content does he create? Because every time ever since I started on YouTube, right? You welcomed me here. But I keep hearing this name every other week. DSP this, DSP that. Is he a meme? It's like, does he actually though create content? Because I don't know anything about
he streams video games.
Okay.
And by video games, it means he sits there. He snorts because he's got a postnatal drip that he does nothing about. Okay. And then if anyone questions him about it, he'll say, oh, there's nothing I can do. There's a lot you can do, but you just don't bother because you're a lazy fucking asshole. Wow. Lowest effort streamer you'll ever fucking see.
Wow.
And he just begs. I'm just going to find something.
Wow.
I'm going to find something on YouTube and I hope to find it because if we can play it, this is so funny.
Because everything on you, you want to create great content. You want it to be authentic and real. Be from your heart. Are you telling me he creates nothing but just that's so?
No,
weird.
he streams video games, but he just
wow.
It's just the lowest effort, and he just gaslights all the time. He just gaslights his audience, and then he'll give them a report at the end of each show on how well they've done. He'll go like, well, few people turned out today, but support was really low. And when support means money. Support was real low. Contributions were super low. I don't know why. Oh,
is he not ashamed?
He has no shame. He begs on the internet. Dude, he had a rant a few days ago where he actually said that it's the detractors who made me. It's the people who did the videos show me playing video games and then clipping it badly. It looks me playing badly. It destroyed my channel. You made me a beggar. He said, you made me a beggar. You made me this person. It's like
so it's like a panhandler on the street, except online.
Apart from online, he's literally a literal panhandler.
Wow.
He'll say something like, thank you, Bob, for the $2 super chat. That's the first one we've had in 45 minutes. I don't know what's going on. Or he'll just stop his stream and he'll just go,
wow.
Wait, look, I don't, are you having a good time? He seems to be having a good time. You're having a good time. He'll tell these audience they're having a good time. But there's been no supers for over an hour now. There's been nothing for over an hour now. Oh, damn. It's absolutely hideous to watch.
Wow.
Vile. Let's put this. I don't know if it's been removed, but somebody did a trailer for they basically took the Joker trailer and they put Darkside Phil in.
Oh, that's his name, not DSP, Darkside Phil.
Well, DSP, Darkside Phil. Yeah, DSP stands for Darkside Phil. And they called it, instead of Joker, they called it Beggar, and I can't find it anywhere. But it's so funny because they're editing bits of him. He's vile. He's an absolute vile human being. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, no. I mean, I won't go any further, but he's just vile. Absolutely vile. Vile piece of shit. Fernandez T has been a sorcerer for months and says, "What's up, Az and George? From California, Los Angeles." Hang in there, buddy. ECW Star has been a sorcerer for 1 month. Thank you. Jeff Strong's been a member at the sorcerer level for 6 months and says, "Are you going to get the Transformers arc?" If you mean I got the one from War on Cybertron. I do have that. I actually got 2. So I gave one to my brother.
Oh, cool.
The boy, but he's just got his decoration on his streams. So I do have that one. I don't know of any other. If you know of any other, let me know. Man of War 665, neighbor of the beast with a $6.65 super chat says, "As these forays into diminutives like Lego and Transformers are quite brave. The first step out of your 1 in 12 closet is the hardest. Embrace spatial economy." Well, yeah, I think some of the 1 in 6s will be hit by this. Sega Sonic Steve Gillian with a £5 says, "I bought my first hot toy this week, Zombie Iron Man. Got it in my bedroom.
I canceled
and have
that.
Subsequently bought another 2, Spider-Man and Zombie Deadpool. I blame you all and thank you."
How is that, by the way? Because I canceled that, the Zombie Iron Man.
It's nice, it's good, but I like a lot of the iron suits, but this is it. I gotta stop myself from getting the iron suits.
Oh, I thought you were gonna get the
Dude,
the
I'll
one.
end up with all my,
I
so many
had them all. I had them all. I'm supposed to get. I have to decide by today. I have the Queen Studios half scale Mark One coming. Well, if I say yes, I want it to come because I had put it on a payment plan a long time ago, and 2 years later, it pops up and goes, "Your order is ready to ship. Do you want to make the final payment?" I was like, okay.
By the way, if anyone in the chat knows that DSP Beggar trailer that I'm talking about, tweet me and I'll play it on the stream before we go.
Wait a minute. Are you not going to get the iron suit from the Disney Plus show with
Ironheart?
not Ironheart? No. The one where you had the girl who becomes like Captain Britain. You know what I'm talking about? The animated series they did.
Oh, What If?
Yeah, What If? But it shows the Iron Man suit from World War II, but it's called something else. It has Rogers in it. Okay.
I cancelled my What If. Oh, yeah. The Hydra Buster.
Hydra Buster, that's what it's called.
Yeah, I cancelled mine.
Yeah, me too. It sucked.
I
I used to order everything Marvel. I mean, we're just across the board. When it would go for pre-order, boom. And I've just
have you ordered any Ant-Man or the Wasp?
No.
Nope.
The only two things I have on order from Marvel that I have kept is the zombie Doctor Strange with the hands.
I
like the hands.
I decided not to.
And that shit.
Hydra Stomper. That's it. Hydra Stomper.
And what's her face? I have her with doing the casting the spell. That's it. And I'm thinking of canceling.
Not a witch.
I'm thinking of canceling her. I just love the figure.
Yeah, it's been a while with that. I canceled my DeLorean.
What?
Okay, right. I'll tell you why. Okay. I thought I'd already paid for it.
Gotcha.
Right. So I was thinking, where's this going to go? This is going to have to go straight into storage. I got nowhere. And then they said, we're going to take the remaining money, which is just shipping basically, for the DeLorean, 1 in 6 DeLorean. And it says you owe, and it was the balance. I hadn't paid for that one. I just put a deposit on. So I was like, look, I'll take a hit on the deposit because I got nowhere it can go.
I got you.
I got nowhere it can go. If I did, I would, but I don't.
Makes sense.
So I was kind of like, this is sort of one of those decisions, just like I have to make.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I have to make a big boy decision here.
I completely understand. Believe me, it changed for me. Last year when I started again on YouTube, I used to order everything.
Pretty much.
And then, I mean, whether it was Marvel or DC or, 1/6 Outfitters, knockoffs, because anything. My eye saw it, I'm like, I want that. But then something hit me. And I was like, what do I really love? It's like, because I love YouTube. When I started, it was like such a breath of fresh air. But I started reevaluating things. I'm like, I only want to keep around me just the things that I love. So I started going through everything and getting rid of everything else.
Well, so
I'm focused now on only the things that I really love, not just going. But I think every collector in the beginning goes through that. Some people, it takes a few years to realize it, but you get everything. You get that.
Exactly the same boat, George.
Yeah.
2 years down the line of like major collecting, 2-3 years down the line, I'm just like, I just want to focus on what I truly love. I truly love Lego. I truly love Transformers.
Yep. Playmobil.
The Playmobil stuff that Martino has sent us is incredible. My bird of prey is downstairs.
I thought you'd hang it from the ceiling.
I'd like to put the Enterprise and the bird of prey hanging from the ceiling.
That's what I'm thinking.
So it's about, I really need to just focus on what I really like.
That's what I'm gonna do.
And it just make it a little bit more concise as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I want to do Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and some customs. With the now, of course, you got me addicted to the trans toys, the fans toys, the Transformers fans toys, trans toys, whatever the hell you call them.
The fans toy stuff is amazing.
Yeah, but you got me addicted to that. I didn't know about that before you.
Well, I mean, this whole show off on properly on Real BBC on Tuesday, but this is what I'm going to be bagging on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
The Marvel Transformer comics from 1984 onwards.
Beauty.
I mean, that's just a handful. There's a bunch.
You got a long box full of them?
Well, I mean, the lot of Transformers, but it's these. There's a good chunk here. There's probably 50 odd.
Nice.
Of the and I think the Marvel run ended at 80 or something like that. And then the UK, we just started creating our own Transformer stories. So instead of doing reprints, we started doing creating our own storyline, and so they create some of the best Transformer storylines there has been.
Okay, you got to send me a list of what those are, because I didn't know that. I want to read them.
So actually, downstairs in my front room, I just bought a big wad of very disheveled Transformers British comics, which have the new. When I say new stories, the stories that Marvel stopped, and they created their own stories. And there's some incredible stories with Galvatron and Ultra Magnus and Rodimus Prime. Death's Head comes in. Some crazy good shit. Some of those British magazines ones, some of them fucking really sought after now.
Okay.
So
tried Transformers UK comic.
Just put Transformers UK comic.
Cool.
WNA with a £5 says, get rid of that woke pride stormtrooper on the shelf. No. Do you know why that is there? That's not because I'm an ally. I'm nobody's fucking ally. If I'm an ally. Do you know who I'm an ally to? People I respect. People who I trust. People who I love. I don't become an ally because of your fucking skin color or your sexual orientation. That's bloody collectivism. Judge people based on the content of the character, not the color of the skin or their sexual orientation.
Beautiful.
That's what should be That's what should be taught in schools, not this. So the reason why I have this is an absolute lack of self-awareness of corporate pride, because that is a stormtrooper, a representation of a Nazi soldier in World War II, covered in a pride flag because, oh my God, he's inclusive. This sums up the tone deafness of corporations in a nutshell. That's what that is. That's what that is. That is corporation bullshit.
Just like the Lost Boys plus the girls.
Yes. It's an oxymoron, correct. That's what it is. So that's why it's there. That's why it'll always be prominent. Because I love it when people say, why have you I like your Pride Stormtrooper, or why have you got a Pride Stormtrooper? And I go, because of that. And I just what I explain now. Because of that. It's like putting a Nazi soldier or Hitler draped in a pride flag and going, this is progressive. What is that right beneath it, though? With I can't see it clearly. That's the 3D Insepticons. No, the one in the middle. What's the name? Shrapnel. That's Shrapnel.
That's what I want to know. Okay.
Yeah. Shrapnel, Kickback, Shrapnel, Bombshell.
Shrapnel's the one I want to do.
Shrapnel's the best one.
Right.
That's the awesome looking one. Truck Driving Gamer with a $5 says, my favorites were the Constructicons. Got right there. I saved up months of my allowance as a kid so I could buy them all to form Devastator. Good memories, man. Mandy Summers, lovely Mandy Summers, great tits. She just recently went out and got herself a G1, like OG, not reissue.
Right.
G1 OG Constructicons to make Devastator. And I think the only thing that was missing was one of the guns. So she went and got, she went online and got a replacement gun for that. Devastator, best boy Constructicon. So you made a great one there, Truck Driving Gamer. Great one. Magnum Norse with a $5 says, George and Az, you guys are the best. Much love. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Demi Moore's Tapeworm with a $5 says, I've been a toy collector since I was young, lad. Would have made Gary blush. I had one for displaying, one for saving.
Yeah,
a lot of people do that, dude. A lot of people do that. Then I lost everything in a fire. Oh, fuckarella. That is fucked, mate.
Yeah.
Demi Moore's Tapeworm with a $5 says, after the fire ended up moving into Demi Moore's Tapeworm, and I have been happy ever since. I'm an Az ally. Thank you. George, we've run over, but we've done it. We've come to the end of the show.
Just goes by too fast.
Quick again, dude. I am knackered. I barely had any sleep in 3 days. Do you know what I've eaten in 2 days? 3 slices of cheese.
Wow. Are you going
3 slices of cheese, 2 cups of coffee, some water, and 1 cup of tea.
Are you working on a hunger strike coming up?
I'm on a hunger strike. I'm on a hunger strike until we get our fucking products back again. Our franchises back again.
I'll join you.
So I'm probably going to die.
You're not going to die. But I'll join you. We'll do a hunger strike.
I might. Well, after the stream, folks, I might get something to eat. Well, I'm going to get something to eat because I'm fucking Hank Marvin.
Does that mean a 4th slice of cheese?
I'm actually going to get some bacon, some sausage, and some eggs.
Okay. Sounds
I'm going to cook myself a breakfast and be... or I could do... Actually, George, you tell me, right? I'm going to give you 2 options.
Right.
And then I will abide by what you tell me. Either sausage, bacon, and eggs, or pork steaks with carrots, sweet corn, and broccoli.
Sausage, bacon, and eggs.
Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. So after I've eaten, folks, I'm going to be in such a good mood because I'm going to have the biggest dopamine rush in history because my brain's going to go, holy fuck, food for 2 days. 3 slices of cheese in 2 days. I will put cheese on it. No.
Well, you could actually put a little bit of tomatoes, put them in the grill. 2 baby tomatoes.
Do you know, I love tomatoes, fresh tomatoes. Hate grilled tomatoes.
Oh, okay.
They freak me out.
I ate them when I first time I went to the UK.
I think they're out to get me.
No, I encountered it the first time I went to the UK. They brought me, they're like, this is the British breakfast. They had.
I always say no grilled tomatoes, please.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
The only thing I haven't tried in the UK that I've wanted to try is blood pudding. Never tried that.
Every breakfast that you'll go to a restaurant. Black pudding, blood pudding, black pudding.
I didn't get it.
But no, black pudding. Yeah.
And blood sausage.
I'll do it. But I'll tell you what, those grilled tomatoes, they look at me funny.
Do y'all have hash browns or something equivalent?
Yeah. We can get hash browns in the UK. Yeah. There's when my brother comes up, because my house is tiny, and this was the bedroom, this was the second bedroom, but this is now my office. So I put him up in a hotel, and I go to stay in the hotel, not in the same room, but I go and stay. So because the hotel is adjoined to a restaurant, and it means we can get up in the morning, we have breakfast together, we can talk, we can just, and then after we've done shit around here, when we go back, then we go to the restaurant again, and then we have an evening meal. So it's just nice.
Yeah, of course.
But we go there, breakfast, hash browns, grilled tomatoes. How many sausages do you want? How many slices of bacon do you want? How do you want your bacon? Do you want mushrooms? Do you want? scrambled eggs, poached eggs, fried eggs. How'd you? Oh, the whole job lot.
I really like
But those grilled tomatoes.
no.
They're looking at me, mate. They're looking
I
at
like
me.
sunny side up. I love sunny side up eggs.
I'm going to do 2 fried eggs.
Yeah, very
bacon,
good.
sausage. That's what I'm going to do.
Sounds awesome. And then what are you going to do? You're going to play?
Then I'm probably in a good mood. Might come back on and do some Conan Exiles. We'll see.
I want to play Conan when you're going to do it. But you said it's up to 40?
We got a private server that take up to 40 people.
Oh, okay.
Anything you'd like to plug before we go, George?
Actually, I'm working on a new a video. It'll be out this weekend. I'm kind of going through a little bit of what we discussed today through Disney, looking through the lens of their failures and talking about how woke has been used both as a mechanism to control people and as camouflage for kind of like this institutionalized laziness, but taking it apart from looking at looking at Willow and then Peter Pan. And I really am going to take apart Peter Pan and Wendy, like showing like they've gone for this diverse. So I'm working on this video of Disney and wokeism through Peter Pan, Wendy, Little Mermaid, and Willow. I'm excited. Cool. Yep.
You know what I'm going to do? And tomorrow, Friday Night Tights. So until next week, have a lovely time. You take care. Bye for now.
Bye-bye.